Hello, my beautiful and magnificent Leo souls. Welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred space for illuminating the divine path written in the stars just for you. I am your guide, and if you have found your way to this very message at this very moment, I want you to feel deep within your powerful heart that this is no accident. This is a sacred appointment. Pause with me for just a moment. Before we journey into the heart of this incredible celestial event, I invite you to find a place of stillness. Take a deep, intentional breath in, filling your lungs with courage and golden light. Hold it, feeling the power of the sun itself gathering within you. And then exhale slowly, releasing every shadow of doubt, every echo of being unseen, every whisper that told you to dim your glorious shine. Let your shoulders relax. Let that royal heart of yours, so often a fortress of strength for others, open to receive the blessings that are now rushing toward you. Because the universe, in its infinite and theatrical wisdom, has orchestrated a divine convergence specifically for you, and this message is your golden ticket, your royal decree. If you can feel the truth of that promise stirring in your spirit, if your soul is roaring in recognition of what is to come, I want you to do something powerful for me right now. Make a sacred pact with your own becoming. Press that like button, not as a simple click, but as a powerful seal upon your intention, a declaration to the cosmos that you are ready to step into your full radiance. And if this journey feels like home, if you are ready to continue unlocking your most magnificent destiny, then join our pride by subscribing to Cosmic Wisdom. Finally, let's create a tidal wave of intention together. Go to the comments below and declare with all the conviction of your lion heart, "Hello, I am ready for my divine coronation." Let your words be the trumpet blast that announces your readiness to the heavens. Let's begin this glorious transformation together, shall we? My dear Leo, you are the radiant heart of the zodiac, ruled by the sun itself. You were born to shine, to lead, to create, and to love with a generosity that can warm the entire world. But perhaps lately, you have felt that your stage has been too small. Perhaps you have been pouring your magnificent light into roles that did not honor your true worth, giving your golden energy to those who only basked in your warmth but offered none of their own in return. You may have felt the ache of being applauded for the performance, while the true, vulnerable heart of the performer went unseen and uncherished. Listen to me closely. The universe has seen it all. It has witnessed every act of courage, every moment you chose loyalty over convenience, every time you gave from your heart, even when it was weary. And now a powerful, undeniable shift is occurring. Something truly extraordinary is happening. A love that finally sees and adores your soul, a wave of wealth that matches the true value of your gifts, and a profound healing that restores your rightful place of honor are not arriving one by one. They are converging. They are coming together in a single, glorious tidal wave of blessings, and it begins now. You didn't just stumble upon this message. There is no such thing as coincidence when a soul as powerful as yours is on the precipice of a monumental shift. The reason you are hearing these words right now is because a divine alignment, a celestial coronation, is unfolding around you, and this message is your sacred confirmation. The cosmos has been preparing something truly magnificent behind the scenes, a release from old roles, a reward for your unwavering spirit, and a restoration of your divine sovereignty. And right now, all the pieces are moving into place. Astrologically, we are in a moment of profound potency for you. The full moon is casting its illuminating glow upon your second house, the sacred domain of your finances, your material security, and most importantly, your self-worth. It's like a celestial spotlight is shining down on your value, demanding that the world finally pay you what you are worth. At the very same time, the sun, your magnificent ruler, is drawing ever closer to your sign, preparing for its annual homecoming. It's a return of your power, a recharging of your spirit at its very source. This cosmic combination is not random, my friend. It is a sacred portal, a divine turning point, and you are standing right at the threshold, ready to make your grand entrance. Can you feel it? That quiet, thrilling hum in your chest, that strange and wonderful sense that everything is about to shift, even if you cannot yet see how. That is your spirit, your inner lion, recognizing the frequency of your own destiny calling to you. It is your powerful intuition, hearing the whisper of something greater, something destined, something long, long overdue, finally coming full circle. This is the season where the things that once felt so far out of reach, the soulmate who is your equal, the abundance you have prayed for, the peace and honor within your family, are finally beginning to weave themselves together into a beautiful tapestry. And no, it is not because the stars suddenly decided to favor you. It is because your journey, your unwavering faith, your silent healing, and your refusal to let the world extinguish your light have created the energetic opening for this miracle. You have done the deep spiritual work, even when it felt like you were performing to an empty theater. And now, my dear Leo, heaven is responding with a standing ovation. Before we dive deeper into the specifics of this grand alignment, I want to invite you into this sacred space with me fully and completely. This energy we are stepping into is not shallow. It is deeply layered, like the rings of a sacred ancient tree. Each ring holds a memory, a lesson in growth, and a testament to divine timing. As we move through the coming days, the stars are aligning to create a rare celestial gateway, one that allows for both material, tangible abundance and profound soul-level love to arrive in unison. This convergence is what I call a mirrored blessing, a sacred moment where heaven meets earth and the desires of your heart finally align with the work of your hands. The sun, your ruler, approaching your sign, while the full moon illuminates your house of value, is powerful on its own. But when you combine that with the monumental energetic shift happening within you, the result is an irresistible magnetic field for manifestation. This isn't just about receiving money or affection, Leo. It's about finally deeply understanding that both are natural, beautiful extensions of your spiritual alignment. When you know your worth, when you love from a place of radiant wholeness, the world has no choice but to respond with open, generous hands. The appearance of the High Priestess card in your energy right now is a fascinating and profound message. You, Leo, are the embodiment of outward expression of the sun's brilliant, visible light. The High Priestess, however, is the guardian of the inner world of divine wisdom, intuition, and the secrets held in silence. Her message to you is crystal clear. Your outer radiance must now be fueled by your inner knowing. You no longer need to search outside of yourself for proof of your worth, for validation of your magic, or for a rescue from roles that are too small. Everything you need is already within you. Your soul remembers the truth that your conscious mind may have forgotten you are already royal. You are already enough and true. Lasting abundance is not earned through a perfect performance, but allowed through your alignment with your deepest, most authentic self. Then the Two of Pentacles adds a beautiful layer of reflection. This card gently reminds us that true wealth isn't just about having more, it's about gracefully balancing what we have with who we are. For you, magnificent Leo, this is the sacred dance between your public and private self. Can you hold the stage with commanding presence and also create sacred space for rest and replenishment? Can you give with your famously generous heart without depleting your own royal treasury? Can you love another with fierce loyalty without losing the center of your own universe? These questions are divine invitations to step into a new level of emotional maturity. Because the more grounded and balanced your inner energy becomes, the more stable, prosperous, and joyful your external world will be. And then, oh, what a glorious pairing! We see the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. This combination speaks of a divine overflow so immense it builds a legacy. The Ace of Cups is the sacred bubbling spring of love, the opening of your heart to give and receive in its purest form. The Ten of Pentacles is the manifestation of that love into long-term generational fulfillment, a happy home, financial security, and a lasting legacy. Together, they promise that as your emotional center, your lion heart softens, heals, and expands, your material world will follow suit in the most spectacular way. This is not the universe rewarding you for being good. This is the universe perfectly matching the high vibrational frequency of your open, healed, and courageous heart. So what does this mean for you in practice, in your day-to-day life? It means that now is the time to consciously, actively, and joyfully receive. I want you to say this out loud with me each morning with your hand over your heart. I welcome all blessings arriving at once. I am worthy of this divine convergence. Let this be your mantra, not because you are trying to force or control the timing, but because you are declaring your sovereign readiness to the cosmos. In the coming days, I encourage you to perform a small act of generosity that feels truly joyful. It could be as quiet as sending a powerful prayer of success to someone you admire, or as tangible as giving an unexpected gift, or offering your creative talents without expecting anything in return. That gesture, my friend, won't just help someone else. It will open the floodgates within your own energetic field, creating even more space to receive the tidal wave of blessings that is yours. This is also a potent time to journal not just your desires, but your deepest truths. What are you afraid to admit you truly want? What magnificent blessing have you unconsciously blocked because a small part of you didn't feel worthy of something so grand? These are the doors that must now be unlocked with radical honesty and tender self-love. And if you have been praying for restoration, for a home that feels like a palace, for stability that feels like a throne, for a love that honors the king or queen you truly are, this is the moment to lift your eyes, open your arms, and begin preparing. Not in desperation, but in glorious regal faith. Because when a Leo soul finally says yes to its own magnificence, the entire universe rearranges itself to make it so. And you, my beautiful Leo, have just said yes. Now let's speak about the journey that has brought you here. What you have gone through, Leo, was never meant to break you. It was meant to reveal you. This next phase of your journey is not just about receiving the abundance we've explored, but also about the profound clarity of discerning truth. Because before we can fully hold and cherish what is real, we must be willing to release what was merely a convincing illusion. And sometimes the most painful and powerful realizations come from those who once wore the mask of love, standing in the warmth of our light. Energy, my dear Leo, never lies. But people sometimes do, especially when they are disconnected from their own source of light. Someone from your past tried to mirror you, but it was a shallow reflection. They studied your language of courage, your radiant generosity, your deep need for loyal connection. They wore a reflection of your magnificent spirit, like a borrowed royal garment, not because they truly understood the weight and responsibility of it, but because they desperately wanted to be close to your fire, to your light, to your throne. And for a moment, it may have worked. You, with your open and trusting heart, may have believed you had finally found someone who could co-rule with you, someone who could walk with you through both the victory parades and the quiet moments of doubt. But masks always fall. Not because you went looking for cracks, but because your own authentic light, your brilliant, uncompromising radiance, eventually becomes so bright that it makes it impossible for anything false to hide. This is the sacred law of energetic alignment. What is not truly yours, what is not a vibrational match to your sovereign truth, will always fall away as you rise into your authentic frequency. In the world of energy healing, we often speak of energetic cords and karmic mirrors. This person likely entered your life as a karmic mirror, someone who did not come to stay, but came to awaken a deeper part of you. You are not wrong to feel the connection. Your heart is designed to connect. You were simply meant to evolve beyond it. Their presence helped to reflect back to you the pieces of your own worth that you are not yet fully claiming, your deep longing for a true partner, and perhaps some unresolved wounds around being truly seen. But now the lesson is no longer about what they reflected. It is about the glorious self you have reclaimed in their absence. There is a quiet, unshakable strength in your soul now, Leo, a regal stillness. You no longer bend yourself into smaller shapes to fit into someone else's cramped vision of life. You do not dim your shine to be chosen. You do not water down your magnificent essence to make others feel more comfortable around your power. That is the true gift of this past experience, clarity. And clarity, my dear Leo, is the ultimate form of emotional liberation. This experience may have wounded your pride and hurt your heart, but it also activated a deeper, more potent intelligence within you. Now you feel the energy of a room before a single word is spoken. Now you trust consistent actions far more than grand declarations. Now you lead with divine discernment instead of a desperate need for approval. This is what emotional maturity looks like. This is what it means to become energetically sovereign, to be the true and undisputed ruler of your own inner kingdom. As you reflect on this past connection, I invite you to perform a sacred ritual of alchemy to transform your pain into power. Take out your journal and write down 3 things this person inadvertently taught you. Not just the harm, but the hidden golden lessons. Did they teach you where your boundaries needed to be fortified? Did they show you what part of your soul still longed for applause over genuine connection? Did they reveal a pattern of overgiving that you are now finally ready to break? And then, if you feel ready, write them a letter that you will never ever send. Do this not because they need to hear it, but because your royal heart deserves to be emptied of any weight it has been carrying. Let the words flow, the anger, the sadness, the disappointment, the grief. The paper can hold what your spirit no longer needs to, and then I want you to burn it. Safely, of course. But watch those words, that old energy turn to ash and smoke, dissolving into the universe. Understand, this magnificent soul forgiveness isn't about excusing what happened. It is about freeing yourself from the energetic prison of replaying it. It is about taking back the immense power that was never theirs to keep. It is about choosing peace, not because they deserve it, but because your peace is the most valuable jewel in your entire kingdom. The truth is, no one can manipulate a soul that knows its own intrinsic value. And you, Leo, now you know. The light has revealed what was hiding in the shadows, and now you are free to walk forward, not with fear, but with unwavering, radiant clarity. And after everything you have walked through, healed from, and grown beyond, there is a quiet, beautiful shift happening within you. A shift that is preparing your heart to finally recognize a love that doesn't arrive in chaos, confusion, or emotional scarcity. This next chapter, my dear Leo, is not about finding someone who completes you. You are already whole. You are already the sun. It is about someone who meets you fully, completely, and soul to soul. You have already done the difficult work of detaching from connections that mirrored your wounds. What comes now is a glorious reflection of your wholeness. This person is not showing up to fill a void. They are arriving because you have so beautifully filled your own. You have returned to yourself again and again, in the silence, in the ache, in the becoming. And now, your healed and radiant energy is calling forward someone who does not want to own your light or stand in your shadow. They want to protect it, to champion it, to build with you. They are not here to distract you from your divine path. They are here to walk beside you on it as your equal. This is what true energetic compatibility feels like. Not a dramatic high or a terrifying plunge, but a steady, joyful, expansive warmth, like standing in the perfect sunlight. Take a moment today just for you. Check in with your heart, not with a sense of longing, but with a feeling of regal openness. Ask yourself honestly, what kind of soul do I want beside me in 10 years? Not what they look like, not what their resume says, but how do they hold space for my dreams? How do they respond when I am feeling soft and vulnerable, not just when I am roaring with strength? How do they celebrate my victories? These questions are not meant to judge the past, but to clarify the majestic future you are now creating. Your clarity is the invitation. Your healed energy is the frequency that calls in what is divinely aligned. And here is the most beautiful part, my friend. You do not have to chase it. You are the sun. You do not chase the planets. They are drawn into your orbit by the sheer power of your being. You only have to continue becoming the clearest, brightest, most authentic version of yourself. And even if it's just for 5 minutes each day, close your eyes and offer gratitude, not to a specific face or name, but to the essence of the soul you are now aligned with. Thank them in advance for showing up in truth, for matching your frequency, for choosing you without fear. In doing so, you are not just calling them in, you are preparing your own energy to receive them without resistance or disbelief. Love isn't meant to be a test of your worth. Real love, soul love, shows up after the test is over. And Leo, you have already passed with flying colors. Now let's talk about your royal treasury. Everything you have endured, Leo, every financial delay, every creative project that didn't get the recognition it deserved, every door that seemed to close without warning, was never, ever a punishment. It was preparation. The universe was waiting for you to fully step into your queen or king energy, to know your worth so deeply that you would be able to hold the immense abundance that is your birthright. And now the energy around you is shifting. The momentum is no longer stuck. Something has begun to move forward in the realm of your material restoration. And let me be clear, This is not just about money. It is about energetic return. You are entering a sacred moment in time when what was once withheld, delayed, or denied is now finding its way back to you. Because the powerful sovereign frequency you are now holding can finally sustain it. The current astrological alignments with the moon illuminating your second house of worth and the sun empowering your very essence are creating a pivotal financial recalibration. The cosmos is awakening not only external opportunities for abundance, but your internal alignment with what you truly, deeply deserve. The presence of the Nine of Pentacles in your energy speaks of earned independence, of sovereign wealth that comes not just from hard work, but from energetic maturity. This is not money falling out of the sky at random. This is money that perfectly mirrors the magnificent being you have become. It reflects the discipline, patience, and unwavering strength you cultivated in those quiet seasons when you were growing in the dark, unseen by the world. And now the wheel of fortune turns decisively in your favor. This is your season, Leo. The cosmic spotlight has found you. The wheel's promise is that what was once down must now come back up. You may not be able to trace every single blessing to a logical source, but you will feel the undeniable rightness of it, the karmic balance being restored. Every debt, whether spiritual, ancestral, or relational, is being recalculated, and this time the universe is paying you back with interest. Justice in your spread reminds us that your financial restoration was delayed, not denied. When you were kept waiting, it was not because you weren't ready to receive. It was because the very structure that would hold your new level of abundance had not yet been built. Justice doesn't just hand you what is fair, it gives you what is divinely aligned. An alignment requires clarity. What do you believe you are worth, magnificent soul? What story do you carry about money? Have you forgiven yourself for past financial mistakes? Have you released the shame from what you once lost? This is your divine invitation to not only welcome abundance, but to understand and embody your new relationship with it. It is a relationship of sovereignty, of ease, and of joyful circulation. So now is the time to sit with yourself and reflect. What were the moments you felt most financially powerless, and what did they teach you? What patterns are no longer yours to repeat? Write them down, not as a record of failure, but as a declaration of your wisdom. Turn every past loss into a golden page in your personal guidebook. Let your past teach you how to receive differently now. And finally, my dear Leo, let us speak of your pride, your family. The deeper we go on this unfolding journey, the more we understand that healing is rarely a straight line. It moves in waves, it spirals, and sometimes it brings people back from our past, not to hurt us again, but to offer a profound chance for something to finally be released and resolved. In this sacred moment of your life, there is a quiet but powerful invitation to lay down the weapons you have carried in your heart, to soften the edges around old family wounds, and to create space for reconciliation. Not because the past was easy, but because your spirit is now too majestic to be weighed down by it. The energy of this time is calling forth an unexpected and beautiful shift in the realm of your family. Someone you were once deeply connected to, perhaps a parent, a sibling, or someone who once held authority in your world, may return in a way that truly surprises you. This is not about reliving old pain. It is about them finally recognizing how far you have come. This person may have once tried to mold you, to control your brilliant choices, or to dismiss your deep emotional truths. You may have felt invisible in their presence, your light unseen, or your roar unheard. But life in its wisdom has humbled them, not through punishment, but through their own experiences. And whether they say the words directly or not, their energy is different. Their heart is softer. And more importantly, yours is sovereign. You are no longer the person who was hurt. You are wiser, more grounded, and infinitely more whole. You are now being offered the chance to close a chapter, not in bitterness, but in grace. Remember this, Leo, forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It does not mean pretending things were never said or done. Forgiveness for a soul like yours means choosing peace over pride. It means choosing your inner freedom over the need for an external apology. It means creating an energetic boundary that says, I no longer carry this pain as part of my identity. And that, magnificent Leo, is one of the most powerful choices a soul can ever make. You are not returning to the past. You are releasing yourself into a future that is unburdened and free. The family that once may have wounded you may never fully understand what they did, but your peace no longer depends on their awareness. It begins and ends with your own powerful decision to heal. And that decision is yours, right here, right now. My dear Leo, if you have journeyed with me to this point, I want you to take one final deep breath. A soft, slow, intentional breath of arrival. And as you exhale, realize that you are no longer waiting for life to happen to you. You are awakening to the profound truth that you have been co-creating it all along. Everything we have explored, the love that meets your soul, the money that returns to your treasury, the family healing that unfolds in divine timing. It is all part of the same glorious tapestry. And your energy, your courage, your heart, you have been the silent golden thread, weaving it all together. You are not just the recipient of this monumental change, you are the activator of it. So ask yourself gently, what would shift in your life if you truly deeply believed that everything you have longed for is now arriving all at once? How would you walk through your day if you trusted that love is no longer something you must chase, but something that is inevitably drawn to the healed, radiant version of you? How would you handle your finances if you knew that wealth is simply a reflection of the immense value you now place upon yourself? And who in your life are you finally ready to forgive? Not because they deserve it, but because you are ready to stop carrying a story that never belonged in your magnificent future. There is something incredibly sacred about the way the universe moves when you stop forcing and start aligning. You are in that moment now, Leo. Not a moment of waiting, but a moment of majestic welcoming. You have done the inner work. You have faced the shadows, forgiven the past, and started choosing peace even when it was the hardest choice. That is what has called in this next glorious chapter. And it will not come with a loud crash. It will come gently, steadily, like the morning sun that nourishes the roots you planted seasons ago. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for walking this sacred journey with me today. Your presence, your light, and your energy mean more than words can say. Every comment, every subscription to this sacred space we call Cosmic Wisdom brings our soul family closer together. It reminds us that we are not alone in our search for meaning, love, healing, and transformation. And it allows me to keep showing up to bring you messages that I hope feel like a perfect mirror for your beautiful spirit. So please tell me in the comments what part of this message resonated most deeply with your soul. What will you do today to align your energy with the divine coronation you have just received? Will you write down your new financial vision? Will you send silent love to a family member? Will you say aloud, I am ready for divine love and truly finally believe it. Leave a comment below and affirm it one last time. I receive my destiny with trust and love. Let those words anchor your energy. Let them declare to the universe that you are not afraid of the goodness arriving, that you are open, that you are ready. As we close, let the shimmering gold and deep indigo light that surrounds your aura now be a reminder of the wisdom you have earned and the royal frequency you are now living in. You are the shift. You are the signal. You are the moment the universe responds to, and this right now is your confirmation. Go forth and be brilliant.